welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you how I make my own stamps for my journals. So let me show you a couple different types of stamps that you can make yourself. This is one of my favorite stamps, and it's just a piece of cardboard with a tape handle on it, and I cut the circles out of this foam that you can get from the dollar store and any craft store. Just glue the circles on, or whatever pattern or shape that you want, and you are good to go. So I'm going to show you this stamp. Ta-da! My next stamps I also made myself, and this one's just a little bit of an abstract set of lines, and this one is a flower, and these were made using a material by Speedball, and it's called Speedy Cut Easy and Speedy Carve. This one, and you can get these you can get them anywhere online. Blick, Amazon. You can get them in some Michaels and Hobby Lobbies, I believe. I bought these. I actually did buy it at Michaels. And when you make those, you use a tool called a lino cutter, and there are different attachments in the handles for thinner, thicker lines so that you can cut the material, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Here is this stamp. And the flower. Okay, another one of my favorite stamps are these little rubber stamps, and they're very thin. But what I did was I used Photoshop elements to create a design, and this one says mail art. So let me get a better impression. There we go. That's a little darker. So what I did was I used Photoshop elements to create a box, and I put some words in it, saved it as a JPEG, and then I uploaded it to a company that would take the image and turn it into a stamp. A couple years ago, I was doing a lot of mail art with the International Union of Mail Artists. It's an online group, and I'll put a link to them below. And I used to do a lot of mail art, so it was handy to have this, and I would put that on the envelope. It wasn't super expensive, but it wasn't cheap either. So it's not something that I would necessarily recommend for, you know, if you wanted to do a lot of stamps. Whoops. So if you have something that you want to create, maybe your logo, and you have a file that you can upload, you can make your own rubber stamp. So this one has a little bit of an intricate kind of fun frame around it with words in the middle. I would not want to carve that out. That's a little intricate for me. So now let's talk about how to get images onto these materials so that you can carve out your own stamps. So I'm going to open this up. And I also want to let you know that you don't have to purchase this specialty rubber material. I have these stamps from the dollar store, and these work just as well. To make your own rubber stamps with your own designs. But for right now, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to do the big boo, since Halloween is coming up. And this is something I just generated on my computer. You don't need a fancy program for that. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil. Needed a better pencil. So I'm going to take a pencil, and I'm just going to outline these letters. outlined everything. You're going to turn it over onto the material you want to use, and you're going to burnish it. I'm going to use my pencil to do that also. And what you want to do is just go over all of the lines that you just drew and transfer them to the block of rubber. You can see it's coming through. So I'm going to do this off camera because it shakes too much. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to pencil these in. Okay, now that we have transferred our letters, I'm going to go ahead and begin carving this. And I'm going to make sure to carve away from myself to minimize injuries. Okay, so I have pretty much finished carving out the letters. Now I'm going to clean it up a bit, the stamp, but before I do that, I want to see how we're doing so far. So we're going to test it out. I don't want to shake the table too much, so let's just try this out. Okay, let's test the B one more time. I think that'll work. Okay, now I'm just going to clean this up a little bit, okay? Okay, so let's test this out one more time. There we go. Okay, so here is our image, and what I did off camera was this black mark here. I went ahead and cleaned up the stamp. I'm going to get that little spot right in there. So when after you make your stamp and you test it out, if you see, something that you don't want, it's easy enough to find it because it'll be on the stamp and you just carve it out. So there is our boo stamp. Now, I have another couple images here, and I want to show you, it's the same thing for the bat and for the haunted house. It's a little bit more intricate, but all you need to do is go over this in pencil, just like I did the letters, and outline it, and then you would put it down on your material, whatever you're using, transfer it just like we did the letters, and then you would carve it out the same way. Here is the bat stamp all carved out. Now let's test it out. There we go. Okay, so I need to do a little more cleanup in the corner, but you get the idea. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and please click the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.